Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book nerd. There's so many books. Hello everyone. So I've changed my location just for today because there's like something on my face. I'm lazy and I don't feel like taking my light out, and there's still light outside. So I'm gonna use the light from outside. Just saying. Now, I wasn't tagged to do this, but I really liked this tag, like I always do, right? I should just have a specific intro for my tags, but I'm gonna do the Epic Reads book tag. That's what it is. I have my paper here. Nope, I still feel it. Oh, got it. So I'm going to be doing the Epic Reads book tag. I saw the people from Epic Reads do it and a bunch of other booktubers, and I was like, I feel like doing that. So I have the paper with the questions. Let's get it on. Question number 1 is, if you could invite one author and one of their fictional characters to tea, who would you invite and what would you serve them? So obviously, because I would totally invite Pierce Brown and Darrow from the Red Rising trilogy. His only, trilogy there is. But I wouldn't serve them tea. I'd serve them, beer or something like that, or whiskey or whatever, Some really cool, laid-back alcoholic beverage, because we're all over 21, and we're cool like that. And I would serve them, Cuban pastries, like guava pastry, or, paparina, croquetas, stuff like that, because it's delicious and amazing. And I live in South Florida, so duh. And it's too hot for tea. Tea is in the winter on those few days when it's actually cold, or if not, you drink iced tea. Question number 2 is, what book do you wish the author would write a prequel for? But my choice would be a prequel for Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and I really don't know. I'm only on the 2nd book now, but I would really like to know. And it could go 2 ways. Either Jamie's time, when he was in Paris for those 2 years and everything that happened, because he tells her a lot of stuff that's happened but not everything, and it would just be nice to see how he was without Claire, or see how Claire was before Jamie, when she was in the war, her time there. I really would love to see something like that. I think it's amazing, and if there is something like that, then someone should let me know, but I honestly don't know if there is, but I want a prequel to this. Number 3 is, which 2 characters, not from the same book, do you think would make a good couple? I actually picked 2 couples. One of them is more like a joke, because if you've read the book, I think you would get where I'm coming from. The first one, and this is a joke, more or less, to see if people understand why, but it would be Claire from Outlander and Grey from 50 Shades of Grey. And if you guys know why and what scene, you should totally just give this video a thumbs up or something, because no spoilers down below, but I think that would just be really funny. My actual couple, and I think this would also be an interesting couple, is Grey from 50 Shades of Grey and Lisbeth Salander. He's weird and reserved and has a lot of troubles, whatever, and she's just flat out weird, and I think they would be kind of awesome together. Question number 4 is, if you ran into your favorite author on the subway and you can only say one sentence to them, who would it be and what would you say? Mine would be Pierce Brown, because that's just obvious, and I would tell him, let's see if I can say this off, because I wrote it down, I just don't know if I can say it. Your books tear my heart out, stomp on it, and shove my heart back in, all bruised and fucked up looking, but it's okay, because they're fucking amazing, and just Darrow. That's kind of what I would say. I know, super vulgar, but that's just how I roll, yo. Number 5 is, what book made you a reader and why? This is kind of a cliche answer. I always read since I was really young, but I was never such an avid reader like I am now. Now I read constantly. For the past year and a half, I got back on my A game, but actually after I read this book, I was reading like I am now for 3 years, and I know, that book would have to be Twilight. I've always read before Twilight, but Twilight made me the reader I am today. A lot of people that I know feel the same way I do. Not everyone, but a lot of people where it's just something about this book. It just makes you want to keep reading. It gives you this like amazing feels. If you like the book and you feel the same way, you know, let me know down below. But I have met quite a few people who have felt that this book just makes them want to read. So when I'm in a book slump, like I left my bookmark in last time. I usually don't have to read it the whole way through, but I'll just start rereading it. Sometimes I'll finish it all the way through. Sometimes I only get halfway. The last time I was in a bookish slump, I got to page 152 and I was like, nope, I'm ready for another book. But I love. Number 6 is Incendio. Your bookshelf just caught on fire. Shows the book you'd save. Like all of them? Maybe. I can't choose, so I'm just going to go ahead and choose the one I'm reading, which is Dragonfly and Amber. I would save this one because I'm reading it. And yeah, like what if my Kindle was on there and like my Kindle like died and like, you know, ashes. Alright, only 2 more questions left. Number 7 is, which dystopian world would you want to live in if you had to choose one, and why? For me, because all the other ones just seem absolutely horrible and I don't want to die. And yeah, I'd probably choose Divergent. If I wasn't Divergent, then I'd be just fine and I wouldn't die. And I just kind of like mellow out in the background like, yo, Divergent went that way and they really went that way. But they don't need to know that. So I mean, like of all the dystopians I've ever read, this one just seems the least intense and least likely to die. Now, if I'm Divergent, well then I hope I have a really gorgeous mentor to help me through it. But I don't want to be Triss. Let's just say that. No Triss. I just like the world. The world seems decent. No spoilers, I know. And the last one is, what is your most epic read of all time? My most epic read of all time this year. I'm just going to choose this year. I love this book so much. I cried, I laughed, I was surprised and shocked. Like I literally went through like all the emotions in this one book and I want to reread it all over again. I want to reread both of them actually, but you know, not always, but sometimes the second books and sequels the sequels to books sometimes are not my favorites. I tend to like the first and the last books. And in this case, I actually loved the second book more than I love the first. And that's what I adore the first book. But enough suspension, guys. Oh, look. It's Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. No, I promise you I'm not trying to just talk about this all the time. People barking. But this book, seriously though, I like had all the emotions. I was surprised. I was shocked. I was crying. I was sad. I was very few times happy, but like this book just has so many things that happen and to me it all makes sense. It flows beautifully. I couldn't have asked for a better sequel, and so far this year this has been the most epic read probably ever. And second would be things like The Story of Edgar Sotto. I love Eat, Pray, Love, and Outlander, because Outlander, I know it's romance, but it gives me all the feels and I'm just like but Outlander probably comes second after, like, in general, the Red Rising trilogy. Like, it's just, I've never, you know. So, yeah, that is my epic book reads tag. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Doop, 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 doop.